Hi everybody, this is just a quick video for those of you who missed our last confirmation class, which was held just this past Sunday. So just a couple of things I wanted to say about that. First, I wanted to just wish everybody a happy Easter and remind you that Easter is actually not a one-day holiday. It's a 50-day feast. So Easter goes from Easter Sunday all the way to Pentecost, which is the time when Jesus gives the Holy Spirit to his disciples. And since we're doing confirmation, that's a really important feast day for us. So I just wanted to wish you all a happy Easter as well. So tonight I'm going to talk about some important kind of details about confirmation that's coming up and some things you're going to need to do for us to be prepared for confirmation. So the first thing is to be remember that, and Daniela will send you the dates, but we're going to be having a confirmation retreat at the end of June, right after school is over. Your mom, as most of you have already signed up for the retreat. It's going to be a day-long retreat where we're going to go to a place called St. Brigida's in Darien, which is right on the water, beautiful place, and spend some time together reflecting on, the importance of confirmation in our lives. So that'll be happening at the end of June. Everybody has to be there. It's really important. And we'll get that information. Well, that information is already to your folks. So the second thing, and this is really what I want you to be thinking about, is if you remember me telling you that you have to choose a confirmation name, which is different than your baptismal name. So, for example, like me, my baptismal name is Joseph, and my confirmation name is Thomas. And why do we do that? Well, because if you remember me telling you, the Pope, when someone becomes the Pope, they automatically change their name. So, for example, the current Pope, his name is Jorge, and he changed it to Francis when he became Pope. And it's a symbolic gesture. It's not anything other than that, but it's a symbol. What it symbolizes is some kind of change in one's life. So becoming the Pope is a big change in your life. So Jorge was the Archbishop of Buenos Aires in Argentina. And then he became the Pope and moved to Rome and became the leader of the Catholic Church in the whole world. And so then he became Francis. And it's a symbolic change of measuring or acknowledging a spiritual change in your life. And so when you're baptized, the priest asks your parents, what name do you give this child? And your parents say your name. And then when you're confirmed, the third sacrament of initiation, we ask you to then take a name for yourself as an additional name in your life. So I took the name Thomas, and there were two reasons for that. One is my grandfather's name was Thomas, and he was a really important role model in my life. And the second reason is St. Thomas, also known as Doubting Thomas, was somebody that I appreciated. So that's why I took that name. So you need to think about what name you want to choose. And it has to be the name of a saint, or someone important in your life who you really care about, like a grandparent, your mom or dad, your friend, your cousin, somebody like that, aunt or uncle, who's an important person in your life. So once you choose that name, you're going to have to look up on the internet who that saint is. So St. Thomas, for example, Google it, find out about St. Thomas, and you're going to have to write a couple of sentences to us about why you chose that name. And the reason could be because that person was a really good person and cared about other people, or because your grandfather's name is that and is a really important person in your life. So however you want to handle that, but you're going to need to do that. Choose a name, look up who that saint was, and then give us some information about why you chose the saint. Okay, so that's got to happen, and you got to do that pretty soon, by the end of June. So the next thing is that you have to complete your service hours. And everybody has to do 20 hours of service before confirmation. So if you have not started your service hours, you need to start that soon. and you have to keep track of them. There's a form that Daniela will send you, or if she maybe already has, where you can write down what you've done, and then you need to get the signature of the person who supervised the activity. So, for example, if you helped clean up the park or something, and there was somebody from your Girl Scout troop or Boy Scout troop who was in charge of that, you would get the leader to sign that. And service can be anything as long as you're helping someone and you're not being paid for it. So if you mow your grandmother's lawn, that can be service as long as your grandmother doesn't give you money for it. So 20 hours, and you have to get those done before confirmation. And you have to keep a track of it and get the person who supervised it to sign off on it. So that's an important part you need to do as well. And then the third thing is you have to pick a sponsor. So if you remember, we talked about godparents, and everybody has godparents, right? The person that your mom and dad asked to come and be your godparent when you were baptized and to help raise you. And now you're choosing another godparent. It could be the same people, but you're choosing someone, a role model in your life, who's going to come with you on your confirmation and stand up with you and say, this person is worthy to be confirmed. So a lot of people will choose a grandparent, excuse me, an aunt or an uncle, an older sibling, anybody who's Catholic and who's been confirmed. So you can choose. And then if they don't go to St. Jerome, they're going to have to get a letter from the church they do belong to saying they belong to that church. So you need to think about that soon too. And we really want you to have chosen your sponsor by the end of June. So your sponsor, your name, we really want that information by the end of June. And your service hours, if you've done them, you should get those to us. If you haven't, you need to get started on your service hours. Really important. So why do these three things matter? Why does it matter that we have a sponsor, that we pick a name, and that we serve? Well, because all of those are following the way of Jesus. So Jesus gets baptized. John, his cousin, John the Baptist, baptizes Jesus. And then later on during Jesus' ministry, he then imparts the Holy Spirit onto his disciples. And that's what happens at confirmation. So we get baptized because that's what Jesus did. And we get confirmed because, like Jesus, the Holy Spirit will come down upon us at our confirmation. So why change your name? Well, because, as I said before, it's a reflection of something new happening in your life, a new stage of your development. So that's a really important reason. And we want you to have someone really important in your life with you when you do that, to help guide you. And that's why you have a sponsor. And then, of course, we serve because that's what Jesus teaches us. Wash each other's feet, serve other people. So these are really important things that you need to be thinking about and doing. And once you're finished with all of that, you'll be on your way. And we're going to do confirmation in October. We just have to wait for a date from the bishop's office. So remember, who's your sponsor? Why'd you choose that person? You're going to have to send us an email about why you chose that person. What name did you choose? You got to look up that saint and tell us who the saint is and why you chose that saint. And thirdly, you got to do your service hours. And we'll see you at the retreat in June. Bye-bye.